how are you? Finally, I am on live for the second episode of You Are Able, and I am inviting my guest. I'm waiting for her to come in onto my Instagram page, and I'm waiting for her to come in now. If you are watching me on Facebook, and if you want to see Susanna, please jump over to my Instagram page. And hello, Mr. Tan. Hi, Liana. How are you? Please come over to my Instagram page so you can see her. But I have decided to keep my Facebook fan page live as well so that you can join me if you are not able to get onto Instagram, or you don't like Instagram or whatever. So I'm waiting for Susanna to come online now, and then we're gonna start talking about her topic for tonight, which is about gratitude, abundance, and how to create. Thank you, Liana. So happy to see you. And for my Facebook fans, please send me a comment, a text, do a watch party with me as well so that I know who's watching. And let me try to invite Susanna now onto my page. She's not on yet, so just one moment. How are you, Liana? Mr. Tan, how are you? Mr. Tan, I assume you are Mr. Tan. Is that your name? Please text me. And for my friends on Facebook, thank you so much for watching. Please do a watch party with me. And if you want to see Susanna, please go to my Instagram page, which is @ablewanamakok. And we'll be going, we're going to be talking about our topic very, very soon, which is about abundance and gratitude. And I'm so excited because I have a chance to dress up. I have a chance to see you guys and meet you guys. And, you know, just to create some interactions and connect. So please wait for me just one moment because I'm trying to get Susanna to be online with me. Hello, Susanna. Finally, you're on. Okay, I'm going to invite you in now. So my Facebook fans, if you want to see Susanna, please jump over to my Instagram page, which is @ablewanamakok. Then you can see both Susanna and I, and we're going to connect.
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Wow.
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good. I'm trying to find a good position to avoid my cats. And so, yeah, they're there, so they're looking at me. So hopefully this is a nice corner where they will not come.
Hello, Marta. I think this is a friend of yours, Susanna, right?
Yes, ciao, Marta. Hello, good to see you. Ciao.
Ciao, ciao. So once again, to my friends on Facebook, if you want to jump over to my Instagram page so that you can see Susanna, please do so right now, because then you can see her. But otherwise, you can still hear her over this live. And we'll be here for about half an hour or so. How are you doing, my dear?
I'm very good. Ciao, Liana. I just saw Flow of Life. I know her. And ciao.
Yes.
And I'm very, very good. Thank you. Thank you. It's been a very productive day for me. And yeah.
Interesting news.
Yeah.
This is great. This is great. So, Susanna, I mean, I admire you very much as a friend and as a person. For those of you who don't know, I met Susanna at TEDx last September 2019. But I'm calling her like one of my best friends now, because there are so many things that I enjoy speaking to her about, and I also learn a lot from speaking with her. It's like you're like an encyclopedia. and you teach me a lot, and I'm sure that today we're going to be talking about abundance. We're going to be talking about how to develop a feeling of gratitude. Hi, I know I see you all the time, Susannaeduini. You have the time.
Ciao, welcome, hello.
Welcome, welcome. So we're going to be talking about how to develop this feeling of gratitude, which will attract abundance to us, correct?
Yes.
Before we get into that, I want people to know more about you first, because those of you who do not know, who you are, you have done a lot of different things in the past. Can you tell me some of that you have been doing?
Well, yes, you're right. I've done a lot of things. In the past, I started when I worked as a model. I started modeling many years ago, and I ended up in Paris and in Milano. and with a, what I could say, a nice career. And then I had my own business with a business partner. We had an interior decoration shop. We used to sell antique furnitures from Asia, by the way. So probably
Okay.
my love for Thailand, my love for Bali, Indonesia, India started there when I started doing this. Hello
Yeah.
to all the people joining.
Hi, Michi.
And then I came here to Thailand, where I've been working as an executive chef, as a vegan chef. I have a vegan background.
Wow.
I've been vegan for many, many years. And then, because while I was also studying and working as a vegan chef, I've been also developing my career, my job as a coach, breathwork coach, and executive neurosemantic coach. And while doing all these things, in a way, I think that everything taught me something. And yet, when I was doing all of these things, my thought was, what am I doing? What is it? What is my job? What am I doing? I'm doing everything, and what, you know? And then I watched a fantastic TED talk that I
Yeah.
recommend. I recommend. It's a TED talk by Emily Wapnick, and it's
Okay.
a talk about multipotentiality,
Okay.
which means like multipotentialites are people that, hi Ollie, are people that
I,
they are very interested, they are very expert in something, and
mm-hmm.
then they find something else they
Okay.
love to pursue, they love to learn more. So
Right.
multipotentiality is the capacity to have many interests and to become expert, to become good at that, and to use all this knowledge for for our own life. And this is what I've done, and this is also what taught me about abundance, about gratitude, about how to live a spiritual life,
Mm-hmm.
which doesn't mean spiritual like I want to be a hermit, or like spiritual life using our
That's what
spirit.
my friend calls me. She's called me a hermit.
Yeah, like using our spirit, our spirituality, or bring our own spirit in what we do.
Okay.
And this is the beginning also of abundance, of everything that we do. Like when we put our own spirit in
Yes.
what we do.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's it. This is what I've done for all these years.
So, okay, you said so many things. You were a model, you were an interior designer,
Yes,
and then you an executive chef for vegan. You
yes,
also did coaching. Oh my gosh.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
You have done so many things, and that's why I wanted to ask you, because you have also had some tough times in your life as well. Even though your life to me is flourishing now, and that you always seem to be very content and happy with your life. And I have to ask you personally, because we feel, I mean, sometimes I feel that I have some block inside, maybe.
hmm,
Maybe like I don't know how to attract abundance, even though I want abundance. I want to I actually count my blessings. I count every day. There are times when I count my blessings where I cry because I'm so grateful for them, and I know that is a good path, because I'm
yeah,
actually feeling it. But for some of us who say, "Oh, I want abundance," um, but we don't know how to get there. And I know
yeah.
that. Hi, Vanessa. Hello. Wag Yang.
Hello,
Mimi
hello,
Lang.
Turkey. Hi, baby, ciao,
So
Mika.
good.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
And what I wanted to ask you is, my second question is, you have gone through some really tough times in your life, um, which you mentioned was stage 4 cancer. And I
Yeah,
don't know whether you want to talk about that or not. You know, I don't want like it to bring any sadness or anything like that, but I'm sure you learned the most when you go through tough times.
Yeah.
So how can you tell, I mean, how can you be grateful and you know, feel abundance when you're like in a really bad times? How do you do that?
Well, yeah, I have no problem about talking talking about the cancer and all the difficulties that I faced in my life. I have to say that what made the difference was a conversation that I had with a friend. And
Okay.
in that moment, when I was told that I was sick, they told me it's something very serious. So
Mm-hmm.
you should start taking care of all your things, of all your business and stuff like that. And I was talking to a friend, and actually, I'm very grateful for that conversation, because when I was talking and I said, why me? Why that happened to me? And what did I do? Why?
Yeah.
And so there was a lot of anger.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's understandable.
Yes.
And I kept asking myself and asking her that question. Why me? Why this happened to me? Why? And then one day she got a little bit bored of me asking that question, because she said, I think that you're asking the wrong question.
Uh-huh.
Because if you keep asking why me, why this happened to me, maybe all you will get will be answers that you don't like, answers that are not serving you. And then I
Yeah.
said, okay, what should I ask instead? With this, what should I ask instead? And she said, try ask yourself, what is there for me? Instead of why this happened to me. What is there for me?
I have to write that down.
Well, and uh, and that changed a lot.
Uh-huh.
Of course, I don't want to say that I am grateful for my cancer.
Yeah.
Definitely, if there was a lesson to learn, I would have loved to learn it in a different way. What I'm grateful for are the lessons that I got, are all the insights, are my capacity to find out that I was capable to move forward, that
Mm-hmm.
I was all the gifts that I got. While I was getting ready for this talk, I found a fantastic quote by Robert Emmons, and I wrote it down, and I want to read it to you. You use the language of gifts. Think of the benefits you receive today as gifts.
Okay.
Relish and savor the gifts you have been given. And that is the beginning of the abundance.
Mm-hmm.
Because abundance, well, we have the tendency to think that abundance is just financial abundance, and it is, that is part of the abundance. But
Yeah.
abundance is not just that. Is abundance of talent, abundance of creativity, the
Yeah.
capacity to use our creativity. We create by nature. We are creative beings by nature. We cannot not create.
Yes, exactly. I know that. We are creators. We are meant to be creators.
Yeah, we are creative. We are meaning makers and creative uh, beings. And so, uh, when we count our gifts, because as I said, abundance is not just the mere financial abundance, which of course we like to have,
Yes.
whatever the word financial abundance means for all of us. It's a general abundance, abundance of everything. Like, for
Okay.
example, in this time, we had abundance of time. What can we
Yes.
do with that? What can
Yes.
we do with that? And
Yes.
we might have had abundance of ideas.
Okay.
How can we turn those ideas into something real, into something that can make our life abundant?
So it is not just about financial, because most people think of abundance as money, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
also about, okay, like you said, it's also about the abundance of talent, the abundance of creativity, the abundance of time, the abundance of
yeah.
ideas. And I'm writing it down. A very good student. Because
Yeah.
I I'm serious. I'm serious, Susanna. I never really, I think of abundance as everything, but I never define it as like ideas or time or creativity or talent.
Yeah.
So it depends on how you choose to think of whatever abundance you have at any particular time, correct?
Yes. And just to give you an example, because then there is our mind, our rational mind that can jump in and say, yeah, what are you talking about? Many, many years ago, I was in I went through a very difficult financial time, like really very difficult one.
Worse than
And to the oh yeah, oh yeah. Now I'm a billionaire, but then it was really, really, really difficult. And of course, at that time, when I've heard those concepts first, like you need to think about your abundant life and everything, my mind was really like skeptical. Yeah, right. What can I do? And I was really bored and a little bit annoyed of all the people. They kept talking about this because my situation.
You annoyed?
Yes, because they kept telling me about abundance, and you have to think, and you have to. And then I said, okay, my bank account is terrible. No, really, now I smile, but at that time I wasn't. And then, so one day I said, okay, if they keep telling me this, and I kept receiving that message through many, like the message of the abundance of count your gifts and blessings. And then I said, okay, I am in a temporarily terrible financial situation.
Yes.
That was the beginning, like the change, the new mindset. That is temporary.
Right.
And it's not about me. What do I have? Because I need to do something. If I want to change the situation, I need to do something. I personally don't believe in sitting on the couch, sipping tea, and just visualizing checks on the mail. Because it never happened to me.
That doesn't work.
Like
right?
that. No. What works is I can stay on the couch thinking of that and then doing something to make.
For a bandage solution, like everybody just wish for something so easy and just like snap your fingers and be like,
yeah.
I don't have to do nothing. I don't have to do crap. But you know, if I visualize, right? If I visualize, then it will be great, right? Hey, Eka, how are you? If you guys want to come to Instagram, then you can see Susanna.
Well, I believe in the law of attraction, and at the same time, I believe in the law of action.
Yes.
When these two work together, yes, we can attract, but it's not just by sitting on the couch and visualizing that my book will be #1 on the New York bestseller list. I need to write the book.
You need to write the book.
I need to write at least like a little ebook, 5 pages. I need to write something, you know. So it's the law of action that also helps in making the difference. And that is the abundance of ideas, abundance of creativity, as I said, abundance of enthusiasm. And to me, like what is really important for me is I think I can define myself a curious person. So having curiosity. You know, many years ago, I bought a book written by Paul Smith, the fashion designer. And the title of the book is you can get inspired by everything, and if not, look again. So also the inspiration, the curiosity.
Right.
And in times like this, where it looks like there's not enough abundance of everything, I'm not talking about abundance of money or financial abundance, but there is a lot of time. There is a lot of time. So how could we use that time?
Yes.
And most of the time, pardon the pun, I meditate. because I
Yes.
couldn't go out, I couldn't go and do my job besides online sessions. I meditate, and I remembered another quote. I am the quote person. I remembered another quote that says, when you are grateful for what you have in your life, then
Yes.
life will send you more things to be grateful for.
Right. So
And it's,
how
yeah.
do you feel grateful for your life? Like, can you lead into that as well? Some exercises that we could do that, action
Well,
oriented, perhaps?
Well, my two favorite exercises, and I recommend these two to all the people I talk to, because they really work.
Mm-hmm.
And of course there is the action then, but we can start with the what I call gratitude list.
Okay.
And maybe many of the people here at the call, maybe they know what I'm talking about. The gratitude list is, I prefer to start my day, but if you want, you can do it also at the end of your day. And I start my day, I have a notebook here.
Mm-hmm.
This is my gratitude notebook. And
Okay.
every day I start and I write 10 things that I'm grateful for.
But it doesn't have to be 10, right? It can be just 5. It could be
I
just.
started with 10. You can do, well, it's better to like, the more the better. But we could start with 5. Maybe in
Right.
the beginning, maybe when we start doing the exercise in the beginning, I agree with you. In the beginning, I said, I don't have 10 things that I'm grateful for. Let's start with 3. And I was like, and then after a while, I realized that I'm grateful for my cats because they are sweet. I'm grateful for these glasses because they allow me to see better. I'm
Yeah.
grateful I'm grateful because every morning I wake up and my heart is still beating. I'm grateful for my legs so I can walk. And also I'm grateful for my friends. I'm
Yeah.
grateful for this call.
Yes.
I'm grateful for this island because I live in a beautiful island. I'm
Yes.
grateful for the food I have, like as many as possible. There is no limit.
So
Your creativity.
So it's
Yeah?
about changing our mindset and how we
Yes.
used to focus our minds onto different things. So
Yes.
if we focus on the things that we are grateful for, like what you said, my contacts, the home that I live in, the full stomach that I have, it doesn't have to be material things too. It could be just your
Yeah.
health. It could be your body. So you focus on the good things that you have
Yes.
already
Yes.
in your life, and then that will create more happiness. That correct? I'm just asking because I know some of the viewers
Yeah.
will be asking the same things as well.
Yeah, yeah. The capacity. Well, when we focus, thank you, Mika. When we focus on what we have, of course, our attention will go there. So we will not get distracted. There is in coaching, we say something like, energy goes where energy flows where attention goes, supported by intention.
Okay, say that again.
Yeah, energy flows
Uh-huh.
where attention goes,
Okay.
and that's supported by intention.
Okay, energy flows where attention goes, supported by intention.
Exactly. What does that mean? That
Wow.
means that my energy
Mm-hmm.
will flow where I decide to put my attention and where I have the intention to put my attention.
Right, right, right.
And it's a choice. Well, I believe that almost everything is we have the choice. We have the power to choose. So
Yes.
I decided, even when I was in a bed, like I decided to focus on what was there that helped me. I
Mm-hmm.
decided, which is not, I pretend that the bad things, they don't exist. Because that could be like, hey, my house is on fire, but I am good. No, No, it's not that.
Okay.
It's like, okay, my house is on fire. Okay, well, maybe my face will be different, but well, my house is on fire. What do I have that I want to focus on instead
Right.
of? So how can I solve that problem?
Yes, yes, exactly.
And I'm very grateful that my house is not on fire. But so it's really is the capacity to choose where we want to focus our attention on.
Okay, so it's not really about, it's not necessarily always about what you have outside of you, but it's about how you feel about what you perceive around you and
Yeah,
what
yeah,
you feel good about. Correct?
yes, yes.
Of the things that you have. Okay.
And still, again from the book of Emmons, and I found the page. Maybe I can send you the link after that so you can look, because Robert Emmons is someone. It says what, like the way that grateful people, the way how grateful people speak is a little bit different than the others, because it says they focus on gifts and blessings as they move from taking things for granted to taking them as granted, while moving from entitlement to humility.
Right.
Because I have this, I have done, like, it's not I am entitled to.
Yes.
It's like I want to count my blessings and I want to count my gifts.
Right.
That I receive. And
Yes.
I'm grateful also for my creativity, because, and as I said, we all have creativity. It's not like someone, some god in the Olympus, and we mere mortals, we don't have. We have it. We can create almost everything.
Right.
No, sorry. Delete the almost. We can create everything. Yeah. And so that's why I think that gratitude was the beginning, like on the emotional side, was the beginning of my healing. Was the one capacity that started my healing. Then on the physical part, there was the breathing, the diet, whatever. But on the spiritual and emotional side, because when we change the emotions, then also our mindset, our psychological part gets changed.
Right. Okay.
And sorry, there is the second exercise.
Yes.
Because the first one, the first one is the, let's say, is the beginners, is for beginners. Then we have the advanced one, which is once you feel like you are in a moment, you are in a good moment, and you say, oh, I want to remember that. Maybe you have accomplished something and you're grateful for that, or you received a gift, or a friend told you a good word, a good compliment, or maybe just a beautiful sunset.
Yes.
Like that. Then you take a piece of paper and something like this. Okay, this size. I use this. So, and you write the description. A friend gave me a compliment, or I've accomplished this. Whatever it is, and you write it, and then you fold this and you put it into a jar.
Okay.
And this is the jar of gratitude, the jar of beautiful moments. And then when the bad moments will happen, besides taking care of those bad moments and deciding what's the best strategy, you open your jar, and with your eyes closed, you pick up one.
Okay.
And you read it, of course. I guarantee you that quote, that compliment, that event will give you something that says, okay, I am going through this, whatever the bad situation is, but I have this. And it's really, really, really helpful.
That's really good.
I've never
had I've never heard of the jar of gratitude idea
Mm-hmm.
before.
Yeah.
And I struggle, and I'm sure some of the viewers as well, they struggle with trying to think of something positive when they're in a bad moment, because that
Mm-hmm.
is always obviously more difficult for us to do.
Yeah.
Excuse me, my husband called. You can always be
Okay.
grateful. You can always be grateful when things are easy and everything is great. But
Okay. I've,
when,
okay.
when you're feeling, excuse me, it's so much more difficult when you're feeling bad, when you're having a hormonal day, or when the
Yeah.
kids are bothering you. I mean, I can name. I would like to invite you. Hello, how are you? Finally, I am on live for the second episode. Struggle with trying to think of something positive when they're in a bad moment, because that
Mm-hmm.
is always obviously more difficult for us to do.
Yeah.
Excuse me, my husband called. You can always be
Okay.
grateful. You can always be grateful when things are easy and everything is great. But
Okay. I've,
when,
okay.
when you're feeling, excuse me, it's so much more difficult when you're feeling bad, when you're having a hormonal day, or when the
Yeah.
kids are bothering you. I mean, I can name like a million things that bothers me
Yeah.
in a day,
Yeah.
you know, as a mother, you know, which is a, you know, I'm sure if you're an individual single person, it's a little bit different. But I really like this idea of the jar of gratitude. Okay, so
Yeah.
let me,
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Go ahead.
for the new joiners, I just wanted to recap really quickly what Susanna said. So there were two exercises that Susanna mentioned that would help us to have to develop a feeling of gratitude. And the first,
You know, that thing, healthy stuff. And I said, okay, with candies for the soul. And this is another good
so
thing, maybe that
sweet.
can be done also in your family, for example.
That's so
Um,
sweet. I like
yeah,
that. I love that idea. It's great.
yeah.
Very.
I still keep mine because my family is me and my cats. So instead of sending them little notes, I tell them, I love you so much. But you can do that in your family and or with friends. I do sometimes I do that. I send little WhatsApp notes because
Yeah.
this really helps in a way fortifying
Yeah.
that sense of yes, and it really changes life. It's a life changer.
Wow, that's really good. And you know what? We're already at 35 minutes. My goodness.
Yes,
Wow,
yeah.
so fast. Oh my goodness. Okay. For those of you who have been watching, I mean, I think the time just flew by so
Mm.
fast. Um,
Yes.
I really love your exercises. I love the candy for the soul. Now, for those of you who joined later, I know that actually many of you already know who Susanna is. Susanna is an executive coach. She's an author. She's a breathwork master, and she's just very experienced in so many things. So if you guys are looking for somebody to help you with your growth, with finding maybe more peace and happiness, or if you are just kind of a little bit lost, I think this lady is the lady to talk to, because definitely know what she's talking about.
Um, the page of the event on Facebook will be there for a few more days because I can post something if you
Okay.
like, if you think
Yeah,
I can post maybe
sure.
something and also a sort of wrap it up of the exercises. So maybe I can post the description if someone might be interested, can go there. And
Sure.
yeah, if you want, I'm very fine with
So
that.
it's still there. It's just considered a past event. And
Okay.
try to get a copy of this video and I will upload
Yep.
it onto my YouTube, which is youtube.com/YOUAREABLE, which is my last name. And if you would like to learn more about what we do, please visit us on findyourvoice.asia/services, because we have different sessions that we offer for coaching in communications and breath work and executive coaching, and in just, yeah, so many wonderful things that we can offer along with other coaches as well. Is there anything you wanted to add on this, Susanna?
Well, I've been thinking, because as I said, I am a quote person. I like to, and this is also full of quotes. No, quotes.
Oh.
Like, yeah, when I see something interesting and inspiring, I say, okay. And this is also full of all this. And by the way, that is also the notebook of abundance, the work that you gently put me in. And I'm grateful for that.
Yes,
and
thank you so
the
much.
quote is from my favorite author ever. I don't know if you know, his name was Rumi, and he was a mystic from originally from Iran, and then he moved to Turkey, and he lived in the 13th century. And he's my favorite. He's a man of incredible depth with a very good connection with the spirit. And he said, let what you love be what you do.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Yes, yes. And this will make an incredible difference. Let the beauty of what you love be what you do. And really, and that has to do with gratitude, with creativity, with love. And yeah, it will really make the difference.